Did you know that one of the most expensive spices on earth comes from a flower that lives for only a few days? And the three tiny red threads hidden inside that flower are responsible for a multi-million-dollar industry. That valuable spice is saffron. Many people know it as red gold. Most of the world's saffron is produced in Iran. For decades, the country has dominated the global saffron market. But the most surprising part is that saffron is grown in regions where water is extremely scarce, rainfall is very low, and the landscape is dry and rugged. At first glance, many people find it hard to believe that one of the world's most valuable agricultural products comes from these harsh environments. The story of saffron begins with a small bulb. This bulb, which looks similar to a small onion, eventually produces the saffron flower. At the end of summer, farmers begin preparing their fields. They choose soil that drains well and does not hold excess water. That's because saffron plants do not tolerate too much moisture. The bulbs are then planted underground at carefully measured distances. Once the work is finished, the field appears completely empty. From the surface, there is no sign that a valuable crop is growing beneath the soil. Over the following months, the bulbs slowly develop roots and store energy. During this period, very little irrigation is needed. This is where the experience of Iranian farmers becomes especially important. In some parts of Iran, an ancient water management system known as the qanat is still used today. This underground network transports water from distant mountain sources to farmland. The system has been in use for centuries and remains an important source of irrigation in certain regions. Every drop of water is precious. As a result, farmers manage irrigation with great care and precision. After months of waiting, an incredible transformation takes place at the beginning of autumn. Fields that looked completely empty suddenly burst into bloom with thousands of purple flowers. From a distance, the landscape resembles a giant purple carpet stretching across the countryside. But this beauty does not last long. Saffron flowers have a very short lifespan, which means harvesting must begin almost immediately after blooming. Before sunrise, farmers head into the fields. The cool morning temperatures help preserve the quality of the flowers, making early hours the ideal time for harvesting. Modern machinery plays only a limited role in this process. Each flower is picked entirely by hand. In many farming communities, entire families take part in the harvest. Parents, children, and even elderly relatives help collect the delicate flowers. The work continues day after day because any delay can reduce the quality of the crop. However, harvesting the flowers is only the beginning. The real challenge comes next. Inside every saffron flower are just 3 tiny red stigmas. These delicate red threads are the actual saffron. The rest of the flower has little commercial value in comparison. Workers carefully open each flower and separate the red stigmas by hand. The process is incredibly delicate. Even a small mistake can damage the threads. Just imagine it. Producing a single kilogram of dried saffron may require well over 100,000 flowers. Because millions of flowers must be harvested and processed by hand, saffron production requires an enormous amount of labor. That is one of the main reasons saffron is considered one of the most expensive spices in the world. Once the stigmas have been separated, the drying stage begins. This is one of the most important steps because it determines the saffron's final color, aroma, and flavor. If the temperature is too high, the valuable fragrance can be lost. If the threads are not dried properly, excess moisture can create quality problems. For this reason, experienced workers carefully control the drying process. As the stigmas dry, they lose a significant amount of weight. At the same time, they develop a deeper red color and a more concentrated aroma. This is the moment when a simple flower is transformed into one of the world's most valuable spices. The next stage is grading and quality classification. Not all saffron is the same. Threads that are longer, darker red, and more aromatic are classified as premium quality saffron. Shorter or lighter colored threads are placed into lower grades. On the international market, premium saffron commands the highest prices. That is why accurate grading is extremely important for producers. Finally, the saffron is carefully packaged. Because saffron is highly sensitive to air, light, and moisture, improper storage can quickly reduce its quality. To protect it, producers use glass jars, metal containers, or specially sealed vacuum packages. The finished product is then shipped to markets around the world, where it is used in food, beverages, cosmetics, and traditional remedies. From a tiny purple flower to international markets, the journey of saffron is a remarkable story of patience, skill, and hard work. And that is why these delicate red threads, grown in the dry landscapes of Iran, have earned the nickname red gold.